Unfortunately, there's no magic button to money.
I still didn't find. No.
I've been looking for one for 7 years. Well, actually, I stopped looking because I realized there isn't one. But the first year, I've spent, I don't know how much money I've spent. Probably close to $1,000 every week or every 2 weeks buying a new product. They'll tell me, oh, you just buy this and you follow this thing for like 2 hours and then you're gonna make $100,000. Hi guys, Alex here for Extra Paycheck blog. I'm here with my guest Orest Zub. This guy, I actually met him a few months ago when I was traveling through Europe. I met him in Lviv, Ukraine, and a few months later he's visiting me in Montreal along his other cities that he's going through on his North American tour in a way. Yeah. You've been through a few cities and you're going to see some more cities, which is really cool. And we actually recorded an interview in Lviv, but it didn't work out because, once again, technical
there was some old ladies shouting just behind us, and so on. Anyway, we'll do this cool.
It was fun, yeah. So, take 2 for the interview. So, Orest is an internet marketer and a travel blogger from Ukraine, which really surprised me because I didn't know this branch was developed in Ukraine to such an extent to actually have people doing that, which was surprising, but it was interesting because, well, actually our interests are the same. We both really like traveling and we both like internet marketing. It's not just a way to make money, it's really a way of life and it's something you enjoy doing. So I wanted to ask you a few questions here.
Sure.
Let's start with the first question that many people ask: how do people get started? How do they get involved? And how did you get started with internet marketing? How you came across?
Yeah, it's very important. Like, yeah, I'm from Ukraine, so sorry if like you'll hear some Eastern European accent, but anyway, I'll try my best. Anyway, yeah, if you start, first you create the idea, yeah, you try to, you see somebody, you have an example, and you think like, okay, I want something like this. I want to do something like this, so I want to have things that he has, and so on. So basically, I was traveling around India, and like I didn't work online then. I was just doing the typical job. But I've seen people, I've seen bloggers, I've seen some other kind of guys who are working online and told that they were earning from this. So I thought like, yeah, that's a nice idea. You know, you work online, you travel, you do what you want. So basically, my first it was desire to travel, and the internet marketing, as for me, looked a good tool in order to achieve, yes, this dream of traveling. So I started to dig more. I started to spend like many hours online, you know, being like overwhelmed with all the information, how to start, and so on. But anyway, it took some time. Probably everybody goes through this process because you need to prepare yourself somehow for a real work, right? And yeah, I started a first site which calls ukrainetravelsecrets.com. So it was like the combination of my passion, traveling, and something I was able to do already. There's some niche where I could provide at least some kind of value to visitors. It was pretty like hard to start at the beginning because I'm a lawyer. At least my degree tells that. I was working as a lawyer. Somebody tell, oh my, you're crazy, you left the law job. Guys, don't worry, like legal job in Ukraine is nothing comparable to a legal job in North America. So yeah, I started the website. It was just half a year before Ukraine actually together with Poland hosted European Football Championship. So there was a demand, there was like already traffic going on looking for different information regarding travel in Ukraine. And I was lucky enough to start going. So site started to develop, traffic started to grow. But I didn't earn like first money, I think, since like from the I earned only a few first cents only on the 4th or 5th months after I actually registered the domain. The reason was the problem which I solved was in the following. I was having the website, I had good information, I had traffic, but money don't come from these things. Money comes from things when somebody is buying something. So I put the page services, what I can do for you, like transfers, doing tours, you know, or recommending like booking hotels for people, booking train tickets. It's pretty tricky. It used to be really tricky in Ukraine then. And thus people, like when they saw an offer, they started to ask to use these services. Otherwise, if there is no a price on the thing you can show to people, probably they will not ask you, would you mind to give me or do me this? No, you first have to show what you can do for people, and then expect that they will address to you.
Yeah, that's really cool, because that's actually the website that I found you through. I was traveling from Poland to Ukraine, and I was looking for the best, the cheapest or the fastest way to travel, and I stumbled upon his website, which was, I think, ranked #1 on Google for the keywords I used, because it's a really good niche. There aren't many detailed traveling websites in Ukraine, but in English. You could find a whole bunch of websites written in Russian and Ukrainian and Belarusian, probably, because they're all neighboring countries and a lot of people go, but not much information in Ukrainian, in English about Ukraine. And that's what Orest did, and that's actually worked pretty well, I guess, because well, your rankings are pretty good.
Yeah. Because
of the relevancy, I guess, of information. It's really relevant. It's exactly what people are looking for, and that's what they need.
I think what's also important here, and what was my good point when I started, is that it was like a big event, you know, it's like football championship. It's like a really gold mine for many people. So what happened in the like travel market in our country is that everybody was starting to offer like selling something. I can give you services, I can provide you a tour, blah blah blah, here is the price. But I went the longer but more efficient way, yes? First I started to provide information how to do something, and then offer extra services for money. So this is like the hook, how you get your targeting audience whenever, like it doesn't matter in which niche you're working on. First you provide value, then you ask for money, not in the reverse. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah, because the information is really good and nobody actually needs to hire him or to pay him for anything, because the information is there. This is how you get from, let's say, Warsaw to Kiev. But if you want it faster, more efficient and a lot easier, because as you said, it could be tricky sometimes booking tickets and hotels in countries where they speak different language and it's a totally different culture. You know, a lot of people would rather pay for someone to make their life easier. It's offering, it's showing that you could offer value and then selling that value as well if they want. Okay, so that's great, and let's pass on to another question. This is a question that actually comes from a lot of comments, since I've been doing this online thing for quite a few years. I often get comments from people saying, it all sounds really beautiful, but I'm from, you know, I live in I don't know, in Taiwan, I live in Venezuela, I live in some other country, and say, you know, this is like American thing, and it's not going to work in my country. Like, how can you help me with this? And that's where I see them. They do it wrong, because, well, first of all, I'm not in the US, I'm in Canada myself, but then you come from one of those countries where people wouldn't expect this to be working, because first of all, first and most important, it's not an English-speaking country. So people assume, well, nobody speaks English here, nobody's gonna buy stuff. But people in Ukraine and other countries buy things online, right, more and more every year. And if people buy things online, somebody's selling it to them, somebody's advertising it, and that could be you, that could be any person making money off of those things being sold online. So the question is, around all that, how developed is internet marketing and actually buying and selling stuff online in Ukraine?
I would like, maybe we should address our conversation different topic, because this, what you asked, relates to my other website, right? openman.com.ua, because it's in Ukrainian language. So
exactly.
Like after I understood how online business works with Ukrainian travel secrets, I started like a personal blog, we can say, openman.com.ua, in Ukrainian language, right? And now we are going to talk about this. So first of all, if you have like the stereotype that, come on, I'm not from America, or like I'm not from US or Canada or Britain, I cannot earn online. Bullshit. Guys, I'm from Ukraine. It's probably like since last 5 years, it's one of the worst economies on earth. To tell the truth, it is. Like I'm not happy about this, but it's true. And yeah, there are online stores. There are Google people advertise online. So it exists, the market exists. Of course, it's not on the same extent as in the English-speaking world, but it's developing. And this is the right time to jump into it, and if like you'll have more chances. Like you have to consider also that in the English-speaking market, the market share is the market is bigger, but your share will be much smaller in this market, right? Even though the people are more accustomed to buy things online, still if you try to develop something by your own in other like languages market, you have more chances probably to win. And you don't have to invent the wheel. You just take the like strategies, the tactics which work already, which are like represent themselves well in the English speaker market, and implement them in your own country. And like this is the shortest way to success. And even like I've seen like online businesses in Macedonia, you know, like in the country where less than 2 million people live, but still they survive and even develop more and more. So this works. And as for me, Ukraine is pretty large country. It's like more than 45 million people live there, and I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty optimistic that it will develop more and more, and at least it shows that it's developing in this way.
Yeah, so pretty much wherever you live, except maybe North Korea, pretty much wherever you live in the world, you could work in your own language actually and sell products from your country, because chances are it's developing.
Yeah, people are looking for this all the time.
Internet is developing everywhere. There's, I think there's a few thousand, I don't know how many thousand, like 7,000 new internet users every single day. 7,000 people get access to internet every day, like new users. And somebody has to sell stuff to them. Somebody has to market to
and
them.
it's like, it's online is bad, it's cheaper, like, right? It's cheaper to buy online, it's cheaper to provide services online, it's more efficient, and it's even like, for people who live in the remote areas, it's like one of the only way to actually order something, So that's it.
Okay. All right. So another question that actually goes about your traveling. I know that you've seen 52 countries.
Yeah, if to be precisely, yes, 52.
52 countries so far, which is, I find, pretty amazing. So this guy travels around the world and he manages to work on his business, on his online business at the same time. That's actually the beauty of running an online business. You don't have to be stuck in an office from 8 to 5 or whatever and work there. You could actually be pretty much anywhere in the world, and as long as you have access to internet, you could get some work done. My question is, how do you manage to actually travel and work?
This is the question of time management, probably, right?
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a hard one, the tricky one, and probably this is the core of every activity you do, right? If you're a good manager of your own time, if you like, if you can manage yourself well, then you can more chances to manage a business well, or start some new things. So first of all, like when I was starting like rentalsecrets.com, I was in the position that I was like on my typical 9-to-5 job, but I had to comply with my duties, but also I had to fulfill my dream somehow. And I had like a thought that like, okay, like after like my work, I will come back home, have a dinner and start working with like fulfilling my dream. For a few months it didn't work out well. So I thought, okay, if I will continue doing this, probably it won't lead me anywhere. So I changed this situation. Really, it was like not very, it was very efficient, but not very hard, tough to do. I started to wake up 2 hours earlier. Like instead of waking up at 8 and like visiting office starting from 9, I started to wake up at 6. Every day from 6 till 8 I was doing my first website, and then I was having breakfast and going for a job. So basically for the first few months, every day, maybe except of Sunday or Saturday, I was like first 2 hours of my every day I was just dedicating to my dream. And this, like after, if you like for 3 months, if you do this 20 days a month, you have like 60 extra hours, yes, that you dedicate, 120, not 60, only to this. Like this is the level where you can achieve already something, or at least make a big step toward this. So this was the first one, right? Also, like in order to motivate myself, because I had really hard things, like when you don't believe in yourself, right? Or you just like, I cannot handle this anymore. So I think happened to everyone, right? I was just listening to different like motivating seminars of Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, reading books like 4-Hour Work Week, you know, which keep up with you, but which help you actually to understand that you are not the only person in this world which face such troubles, and just helps you to keep on going. That's it. So basically, like for the first, you know, half a year when I was working, I kind of developed this time management and self-motivation, self-help skills in myself, which helps me really a lot now. And now when I'm on the road, like more than, you know, 180 days a year, even maybe more than 200 days a year, I'm on the road. Also, like very not hard but very efficient way how I handle like all this is when I wake up in the morning. First thing to do, I start like dedicate 2, 3, 4 if needed hours to my business, and then I go do sightseeing, meet friends, have a beer, or watch colorful fish in the sea. You know, this is the key. First you do that you need for living, like then the rest of the time you do, you know, whatever you want.
So, fun.
Yeah, you see, yes, we are spending some time together. Every morning I sit on this table and do these things which you know provide me food in the end, and then you know you spend money.
Yeah, that's actually very important, and that's a lot of people are struggling with this. Sometimes I struggle with this too, because I don't always have like a concrete plan or schedule, and especially when you're traveling, it's so easy to get sidetracked. To just you know, you leave home at 8 in the morning, you start walking. You see these beautiful places, you meet some people, you end up going to a party, you come home at midnight, you can't work. In the morning you wake up, exactly, you're hungover, you're tired, it's too hot outside, so you know, it just, I think the time management is crucial here. You have
master still time management.
Always have to allocate time to work. And see, that brings me to another issue. On Extra Paycheck blog, I often write about all these scammy programs that offer to make you rich overnight. It says just click 3 buttons and go to sleep, and in the morning you'll wake up and you'll have $10,000. Guys, that's not true. Internet marketing is a business. It requires effort, time investment. What I really like, you could actually start it without spending any money.
You don't need big investment
compared to starting like opening up some kind of shop or offline business. You always need money to invest. Online, you don't need money, although if you have a few $100s to buy your own hosting domain name, that's probably better. But the thing is that I think the potential is unlimited. Some people make millions and millions of dollars every month online, and some people just make $200 just to help them out at the end of the month. But they share the same thing. All of them work. It does take work. You have to take action, constant action. You need to be consistent, and that's where the time management comes in. If you allocate a specific time every day, or at least a few times a week, whenever, you have to decide when you can work. If you allocate a specific time of working and you respect it, and you actually do complete some work, complete tasks that you need to complete, you build another website, you make an interview with someone, you do something to move you forward. You always have to move forward, and you have to work for it. Unfortunately, there is no magic button to money.
I still didn't find.
I've been looking for one for 7 years. Well, actually, I stopped looking because I realized there isn't one. But the first year, I've spent, I don't know how much money I've spent. Probably close to $1,000 every week or every 2 weeks buying a new product. They will tell me, oh, you just buy this and you follow this thing for like 2 hours, and then you're gonna make $100,000. And I would buy them, and I would be like, you know, because they're really good salespeople, and they target people like when I was desperate to make some money without going to an office, and it just sounds so cool, and they show you all this. What I figured out later, often actors driving Lamborghinis and stuff, and those are rented cars. Those are actors who are paid. You could actually find these people on Fiverr. You could you could pay $5 to these people, and they would record whatever video message you want. And then you're like, oh my god, this guy's so cool, he makes so much money, I want it. Oh, it's only $97, I'm gonna buy this program. And in the end, you figure out it was all a scam, you just lost $97 or whatever the price was. And once again, there's no shortcut to riches, there's no magic button to money. It is very possible, and once you understand, somewhat easy to build an online business. You just have to follow a specific structure, but you have to work on it. You have to invest your time, you have to invest your effort, and you always have to keep moving forward.
That's right, yeah, and I think like to do the baby steps is much better than trying to cover a big amount of information at once. So for example, like and 2 hours every day during a week is much better than dedicate 2 days and spend like 8 hours doing that. So just this like 2 hours in the morning, 1 hour in the morning before you go to job, just sit next to your computer, go with the plan that you conducted during Sunday evening, and this will bring you to the at least closer, yeah, to the point where you would like to be in the nearest future. And yeah, this is like the way how you do it basically.
Sounds good. So I guess we'll start wrapping up this interview. I'd like to ask you, what would you recommend to people who are just starting out?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the hardest thing when trying to start an online business? And what is the most important thing if you want to succeed, or not even succeed, yeah, if you want to succeed, if you want to see any kind of results? So what's the hardest thing that will keep you away from being successful, and what's the most important thing to do towards success?
Okay, like let's start from the hardest. Personally, in my own things, yeah, the hardest was technical things, because I was trying to do everything by my own. Like to do the website is not hard, but still, if you are like a lawyer as me, so I was using computer. If something was wrong, I was just like putting reset button. So this was really hard for me to understand like how can you move pages and so on.
Yeah.
But for most people, probably it will be much easier than me. At the moment, I have technical assistant which actually helps me for this. And main thing is like you don't have to be a programmer or a online hacker in order to earn money online. You have to understand. That's very important. At the moment, online there are much more tools which help every person to work on it. So it was personally for me. For many people, the hard thing can be probably the understanding that there is no magic button that you have to work. So just like to clear all options, you have to work. Like you have to do things, not to be the wannabe, but to do things. Yeah. And the second one, the way to success, how you tell. I will not tell you the way to success, but my following like a few words will probably tell you the most exact way in order to achieve different types of things you want. Yeah, if you use this technique in your own life, if you implement it, you'll have much more chances than other people. At least this works for me, and I always share this opinion absolutely openly. First, just like look around and look. Like, do you see the people that have what you want to have, or that live the life you want to live, or the business which works the way you want your business to work, right? It's better that those subjects, those personalities will be like possibly close to you, that you can, for example, invite a guy for a dinner, go to visit, the manufacturing process, take the interview from the owner, So the second step here, like after you found out these people or these businesses, find out what they do and how they do it. So the way how you do it is like this, sit on the interview, invite for a dinner. Very often I go to another city to invite a person for a dinner just in order to speak, to understand what is his relation to life, how he attitudes and so on, right? These people should be those that you can approach them, not Brad Pitt or Barack Obama, Yeah, like real people that really achieved something that you feel you can do this the same. Third step, after you found these guys, after you found out what they are doing, is to continue doing step by step those things that they do, but not copying, but modeling. So try to model their approach, their strategy in your own business, in your own things that you actually want to fulfill. So then it will bring you to the fourth step, yes, which is actually achieving those results that you were targeting for. If you continue this simple but not easy process, yes, and I can say. And probably no one will give you more exact answer to achieving your goals in a broad area, If it relates to some particular niche, of course, there are special tools, techniques and so on, yes. But this step-by-step process, at least in my own life, proved to be the most efficient to those things that you really want to achieve, and I highly recommend you to use it, and wish that good luck in this. Probably, yeah, you will have much more chances doing this to do what you want.
I've actually heard that from many successful people.
Yeah.
They say surround yourself with people that have or do what you want to do. Because if you want to earn millions of dollars and all your friends and all the people that you see on a daily basis are dead broke, they don't have a single penny in their pocket, and on top of it all they do is complain, oh I don't have any money, I don't have a good job, I don't know what I'm gonna eat, then it kind of sucks you in, you know, you kind of share what they feel and you get down. Even if you're capable of doing so much more, you're just gonna feel down because they feel down.
Yep.
And if you find people that do, like he said, what you want to do and achieve the kind of success you want to achieve, and you reach out to those people and you're trying to get surrounded by them, then it'll be a lot easier. Because, and we're not talking just really about connections and those people helping you, just that you get to see firsthand what they do, and you understand, well, if he's doing that and I'll do something similar, then why wouldn't I get the same kind of success? Right?
Also important is that once you start to meet people, you understand that these are like not superheroes, but the same people as you do, you know, with the same basic problems,
Exactly.
but somehow they manage to do it. So you're like, okay, I'll try to do something similar, and maybe it will work out for me as well.
They seem like
it will, for sure.
They seem like superheroes, but they are humans after all, just like everyone else. They have 24 hours in a day. They need to eat, they need to sleep, so same thing. They do things differently, and you have to see how they do it and what they do. That's pretty much it. Well, alright then, it was a pleasure having you here. Thank you for visiting Montreal.
Thank you as well.
Thank you for
Soon I'm in a few
here.
minutes leaving to Quebec City now.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your trip, and hopefully I'll see you next year somewhere in this world, in some other country.
The world is a pretty small place once you leave your safe zone. Yeah?
That's true, that's true. Alright, so hopefully I'll see you sometime soon. Have a safe trip to Quebec City, to New York, and to many other places you're going in the near future. Thanks again, and I hope you guys enjoyed this interview and learned a few good tips and hints on running and having a successful business. That's about it. Thanks.
Yep.
Take care.
Good luck. Bye bye.